As a Sigma male, you cannot afford to be careless. Sigma men pay attention to every important detail, and trust me, when you are dealing with single mothers, there are lots of things you must know. Failure to know, prepare for, or totally avoid these pitfalls would be disastrous. My young friend, you must not be ignorant of these traps. I will reveal to you the 7 most important things you must know about single mothers. This is the video they don't want you to see, so pay close attention and listen till the end. Before we get started, subscribe to this channel. It is very important if you are serious about becoming a Mestro. Number 1. No single mother is single. You heard that right, my boy. Forget about the name tag, single mother. It is practically impossible for her to be single. Here is why. While it is true that she could try and cut herself from her ex, it is simply not practical or possible. As long as she has a child for a man, even if he is a deadbeat or absentee dad, just know that she is very much still connected to the father of her child. Yes, there are cases where it is not her fault that she is a single mother, and we are not also blaming her for being a single mother. It has nothing to do with judging her. All you need to do is lay out the facts and know what you are getting into. Whenever she looks at that child, what she sees, who she remembers, is the father. The motto of Sigma men is to be prepared for everything, so you need to accept this reality and prepare for it. Sigma men are not careless. We use our heads even in the most emotional situations. Would Sigma males date single mothers? Absolutely yes. But we know what we are getting into. And we know that the father of her child or children has made a mark in her life that no one and nothing can take away. Number 2. Money is extremely important to single mothers. This attitude comes naturally because of the new experience of responsibilities. If you have never taken care of a child, you may not understand how serious this is. Once a woman goes through the process of pregnancy, giving birth, and then facing relationship issues with the dad, she comes out a totally different person. Finding love is no longer the priority. Finding financial security is the goal. Women in this situation are extremely calculative and weigh all their options based on how much they can get out of the relationship, even if she tries to be genuine. This is a situation that simply scars women about what the priorities should be in a relationship. At this stage, she has already crossed a major milestone in her life. This is no time for her to goof around. She got plans, and only money can make those plans come through. Do I blame her? Absolutely not. I understand she is only being human, but that is not a problem you want to be dealing with. If you know you don't want a woman that is forcing herself to care about you, while in reality, you are simply a walking wallet, she can always get to pay the bills, then you should know that single mothers should not be on your list for serious relationships. Number 3. She thinks she knows it all. Breakups are not experiences you shake off, especially when a child is a product of that relationship. And you, my friend, must know that most breakups are nasty. Something serious went wrong. And this is not a wound that heals completely regardless of the lies we tell ourselves. She is coming out of that breakup with pent-up anger, resentment, and a renewed determination to get the upper hand. Once a woman goes through a breakup and has a kid as a trophy, she immediately thinks she has attained a level of enlightenment even monks cannot attain. Women like this tend to make friends with other women in similar situation, and they spend all day talking about their baby daddies and how they think they have got men figured out. Expect her to watch you like a hawk because she has trust issues and expects a lot of nagging too, as she would always want you to accept she is right. In her eyes, she knows much more than you would ever know, because she thinks her experience of being a mom gives her insights you cannot even fathom. Again, she is right. She has experiences you can never understand. But honestly, this should not be your cross to carry. You should not be taking her frustrations just because you want to be with her. When she realizes that you are getting fed up, she would most likely slow down on her nagging and draw you back in. Indeed, you are dealing with a woman who has had a lot of time to think and make plans on what to do with the next man that comes into her life. If you are that man, Just know you are in her master plan, and she thinks she has it all planned out and can make you fit into her plans. Number 4. You cannot get her full attention. A single mother is like a Russian doll. She looks like one piece, but the truth is she is carrying a lot of other people along. Not just her child or children, but her ex, her friends, and all those who make up her support system. Most often these single mothers make a lot of friends, including making friends just to have a support system they can always fall back to. While this is good for her, it is not going to be good for you. You will be dealing with too much input from different people, and you would most likely end up a wreck. All her girlfriends are in on your relationship because they are there trying to make sure you are better than her ex. Then most importantly, her child is there too. In most cases, you would be caught up just dealing with too many people in her life, and it would never be a relationship just for you and her. You know that cozy feeling of knowing you have a girl that is all yours, and even when you are not with her, you know she is fantasizing about you. Well, forget about such a romantic relationship with single moms. She is mentally stretched and not going to be that baby girl you want. Too much is just going on with her. Romance can never be the way it should be with her. You are too young to start carrying so much emotional burden. Single mothers tend to be selfish. Her priority is her own situation because she thinks you have nothing to complain about. As far as she is concerned, she is the one with all the problems, and you are just a guy who has everything easy. So expect her to dump all these emotions she is bringing upon you. Number 5. Her body is not the same anymore. Saying her body is not ever going to be the same is just me stating the obvious. The process is giving birth is one that stretches the body to its limits. While it should not be a big deal, just understand that now she has to even take care of her body and health more than before, and you are going to be part of this life. It is your choice to make, but know what you are getting. Number 6. You become a daddy on hire. This is the number one reason men avoid dating single mothers. No one wants to be a daddy for hire, because that is exactly what you are going to become. In fact, she would intentionally pair you up with her child as much as she can, and she does this for several reasons. One reason is she wants you to accept the child, and she wants to be sure you have what it takes to be a good daddy. So this is more like you are applying to be a babysitter than becoming her man. Her primary focus is how much you and the kid get along. She would stand over judging everything you do with the kid, and you can imagine that in those moments she is actually thinking of the real dad. It is just impossible for you to escape the shadow of the man that impregnated her. Having a child is an experience that makes women realize how much they need a man. Most women do not understand how important you are until they have a kid. The challenge they face is a rude wake-up call for them, and they begin to look for a man that would carry the daddy responsibilities. You are simply being used to correct a mistake. Roles would be pushed to you in such a way that you won't even notice you are just being used. And this would lead to the next problem. Number 7. Expect clashes with the kid. While the mom wants you to be the good dad to her kid, everyone knows you are not the father. It is a very tricky situation. You are only wanted because of what you can provide, because the moment you want a break just to have time for yourself, that is the moment she would accuse you of not caring about her kid. Yet if you get too involved with the kid, you also get loads of problems from the kid's true dad and the mom. The child would feel you are not the true father, so you have no right to enforce anything. How do you ground a kid that is not yours? That child would laugh in your face and remind you that you are just another man and not the father. It is even worse if the kid still talks to the true dad, because expect that child to always report everything you do to the true dad. Do you want all these dramas? I am sure you don't. Nothing better than starting your own family from the ground up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch this one as well. Thanks for watching.